You see, thing with me is, man, spirituality is real trendy right now. You know, whether somebody's been genuine about it or whether they're just going with the trend, it's real. You know, it's gotten very trendy. And one thing about me, man, I consider myself a spiritual dude, but I don't wear the spiritual costume. You know, I don't wear the spiritual outfit. You know what I'm saying? I don't run around calling, you know, men and women kings and queens and goddesses, and you know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. If you authentically and genuinely feel called to express yourself like that, you can do that. But what I'm saying is, I don't carry myself and express myself in the agreed upon language of spirituality, or more specifically, black folk spirituality. You know what I mean? You know, like I didn't start getting into this and all of a sudden be like, all right, I got to start calling men king and women queen and goddesses and say divine feminine and you get some dreads. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the costume. That's the agreed upon appearance. That's the agreed upon language of, you know, black folk spirituality. But it ain't gotta look like that. It can look like however it looks or lives on you. You understand? I can come outside and be like, what up, bitch nigga? You know, now I won't say that to nobody seriously. It'll be playful. But that don't make me no less spiritual than a dude who's like, blessings king, blessings queen. The stars are aligned in Aquarius on this winter equinox. Or, you know, whatever the case may be, man. You know what I mean? I don't wear that costume, you know. Spirituality ain't got to look like fairy-like white women. You know what I mean? Spirituality ain't got to sound like a guided meditation track. You know, to me, man. And like I said, all those things are cool if you genuinely feel called and authentically called to express yourself in that manner. So don't take this as me dissing those things. It's not. All I'm saying is those things are not the substance of spirituality. They are potential outgrowths or byproducts of it, but they aren't the substance of the spirituality. You get what I'm saying? I don't believe astrology in itself is the substance of spirituality. Now, it may be a byproduct of becoming spiritual and becoming more in tune with the unseen, with the cosmos, with the universe, right? But I know very spiritual people who don't know shit about spirituality. I mean, I know very spiritual people who don't know shit about astrology, and I know some worldly ass people who just into the world, who are all into spirituality. You get what I'm saying? So just like the language, it's a potential buyer. I know some very spiritual people, man. Very grounded, very spiritual. Don't know shit about crystals. I know some worldly ass people who just into everything. You know, whatever the world was offering up. Who are all about crystals. You understand? So these things are not the substance of spirituality. They are potential outgrowths or byproducts of it. You feel me? You feel me? You know. I'm not a trendy spiritual dude, man. I just do Chris Gardner, you know. Or, you know, because to me, man, I asked myself one day, man, I was like, what is spirituality to me? Spirituality is simply, to me, the journey and the relationship with yourself. The journey and the relationship with yourself. Which is why they say, hence the phrase, know thyself. Right? And I find that if you are somebody who's about being in alignment and being in tune with yourself, you will start to find that you start to pull away. You start to drift away from, to some degree, the world. What the media is telling you. What this authority figure is telling you. What social media is telling you. What society is telling you. Because the only thing that's based in truth is what comes from your own spirit. You understand? So your relationship to yourself ain't got shit to do with the media, with CNN, with Fox News, with Instagram, with what they talking about on TikTok, with what's trendy. You know what I mean? So you kind of start to pull away and having an outlook, having certain beliefs that don't match the mainstream. And there's different degrees of that. You understand? But then, and that's how people start, you start to come off as weird. You start to come off as crazy to people because they stuck in the worldliness. You understand? Because when you got a relationship with yourself, you're not connected to the world. You're not connected to the world to the same degree. You know what I mean? And there's levels of it. It's not black and white. It's a polarity. It's a polarity. But there's a certain deprogramming and disconnecting from, man-made dogma. And that's all spirituality is to me. And there are certain things that may come with it. You may get into astrology. You may get into crystals. You may start, hey king, hey queen, grand risings, beloved. You may start talking like that, man. But I don't feel called to speak like that. I'm not going to call you up in the morning or text you talking about grand risings, beloved. I don't feel the need to come outside and be like, hey queen, hey queen. That shit don't resonate with me. It don't resonate with me to speak it like that. I'm not against it for those that do. It don't resonate with me to speak it like that. And those things are not the substance of spirituality. I know I keep saying that, but that's how I feel. That's what spirituality is to me, man. And it parallels oftentimes, a lot with religion. Because I'm talking about, spirituality is this relationship with yourself, but a religious person would say, it's your relationship with the external God or what have you. And, those who are really about it, it might be some parallels in the journey, but, it's just coming from a different place. So yeah, man, I'm spiritual, man, but I just, I don't wear that costume. Because I don't feel called to express myself like that. But for those of you who are, and for those of you that do, and it's authentic and it's genuine, cool. Because sometimes that shit ain't authentic and genuine. You just trying to wear the costume, man. I remember one day I was in an acting class, man. And the acting teacher had said something. And this girl was like, oh yeah, it's Mercury retrograde. I'm knowing damn well this girl didn't even know what the hell Mercury retrograde is. It's just some shit to say. Oh, it interferes with communication and your electronics might malfunction. But I'm like, what causes Mercury retrograde? What is taking place in the cosmos with Mercury retrograde that causes those things to happen? She don't know that, so she just trying to wear the costume. Now, this is not me dissing her. I was younger, she was young. People say dumb and do stupid things when they dumb. So this is not me coming at her. This is just me saying that oftentimes, people may be sporting the spiritual costume, but it may not actually be about the substance. Or they may think they're about the substance, but really they're just wearing the costume. You understand? That's all I'm saying. Chris Gardner does not wear the costume. Now, as time goes on, maybe I will feel called to wear certain aspects of the costume. I'm not saying I'm against it. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I'm not knocking it. But I'm just saying, it's just an agreed upon language and an agreed upon expression of it. If you black, king, queen, dreadlocks, or spirituality in general, fucking airy and fairy-like. You got your fairy-like white women. You know what I mean? But it ain't got to look like that. Bitch nigga. I can say bitch nigga and still be on my spiritual tip. Fuck ass boy. I say that with love. I say that with love. I say that with love. I say that with love, man. But yeah. So yeah, I just want to say that you can be spiritual without wearing the costume and without speaking like a guided meditation track.